cream.
Okay, it's not as arrogant as it sounds.
Let me tell you. No, let me tell you. I think my one max stats was like 40.
Yeah, we started weightlifting with Chris in the like 2 months.
Anyways, we're excited about it, and we get there and there's a whole bunch of weightlifters.
Wait, and we were thinking we could all win.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of weightlifters. They started calling us, oh, you guys like runners. I was like, no, I'm not a runner. My snatch is like 40. Anyway, the workout starts and we're doing terribly. Like we are coming last after last place after last place, and all my dad kept telling us was, cream always rises to the top. Cream always rises to the top.
So he called us C1, C2,
yeah,
C3.
it doesn't matter where you are now, because it doesn't matter how long it's going to take, you're always going to rise to the top. Like,
even if you literally come last.
It doesn't matter if you're coming last right now and you're like crying and you're so upset because like it's so embarrassing or whatever. It doesn't matter, you're still going to rise above it, you're still going to be fine at the top, and you're still going to rise.
So then one day, last year I said we should
get that tattoo
on us, because we started using it like all our
Yeah, so like whenever you're like upset about something, or like
it's not just in CrossFit, it's also just like in life.
Yeah, but like if you're upset about something, or if you're like having a bad day, you just need to be like, okay, it's fine, it's just a bad day. You'll rise above it.
That's my grandpa. This one just looks like scribbles. Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
It was very sore.
It wasn't sore.
It was so sore. Different pain threshold, this one.
Yeah.
What? 0 pain threshold. My name is Ashton. I'm 16, 17 tomorrow. What about my training? Just random. Very fun. Right now I'm injured. Both my knees are injured, but I'm supposed to get platelet injections, which will make my knees fixed. Hopefully. So today I might be starting to do cool things like cleans. But for like the past, since October, I haven't squatted, except for maybe when I coach and I show someone an air squat. But either way, my training's been really, really fun. I've been doing so much upper body stuff, so I'll be super strong. I love it. I also coach base camp classes, which are 30-minute classes. Less people come to those, so it's also fun to coach those. You get to be more one-on-one. But the classes are really fun. People always PV. It's cool to see you.
So how was it to keep your fitness levels up during the lockdown?
So easy. It was so easy.
Did you train at home?
Yeah, we did the same programming that Chris gave us before. Like he obviously programmed as we went on. And we literally woke up, ate breakfast, trained, rested, trained, rest, trained. I loved it. Well, I mean, in the beginning I hated it. Then I loved it. It was just so much fun.
And does your training and nutrition, is that changing now going into the Open?
Chris is making me eat a lot. I have to eat like 2,930 calories a day. It's very hard. But I bet it's getting better because now I get more hungry. So it's getting easier, but yes, I have to eat more.
And your training volume is increased or like decreasing?
So we go through blocks. So we have like a 3-week hard, 1 week less volume, still high intensity, 3 weeks hard. Recently we've been doing like very, very hard where you have to like push yourself hard in the workouts just so we can practice for the Open. But I think for the next 3-week block, it's not going to be as high so that we can obviously prep ourselves for the Open. Brady, I'm 19. I'll be 20. Training, I love training. Yeah. I get so upset when we have rest day. I love strict handstand push-ups, which thank goodness we're doing today. I love muscle-ups, handstand walks. Those are my favorite. Yeah, we all coach. Most of the time we each coach once a day. Like basically like 3 to 4 times a week. Yeah.
As sisters, you guys train together, but I see you also train with Justin.
Yeah.
So like, how is that?
There's quite a few of us.
I don't know much about him.
So,
is he older?
Yeah, Justin. I think Justin's 30 now.
And then what is it like, obviously, training with someone like that maybe started in the higher level?
I think it was really, really good for us because Justin is obviously, first of all, he's a male, so he's already stronger than us anyway. And also, I mean, he's still stronger than us, but it's like, you think that you can't push against a guy, but for us, it's so much better because, like, if I'm doing a workout next to him, I always try to stay as close to him as I can. Whether I fail at that or not, I'm still trying to push myself to be as close to him as I can, which is making me improve. So I think it's helped us a lot. Like, whether also, like, anyone has an injury or not, like, we can still all push each other, like, in things that we can do. So, like, if we're doing strict handstand push-ups, we can all go and try to do the same as Justin, and, like, it's going to help me improve whether I beat him or not. So I think it's really, really good. It's not, so we also train with his cousin Carl as well, and, like, there's quite a few of us now. We usually, like, most of the time, us three will always train together, and then also just depends who's here.
I'm Reegan Finkel. I'm 18.
When did you start training?
We started the teens classes like end of 2018, like December, and then started like training with Chris and stuff in like 2019. Competition training last year November. I gave you all three. Yes. Sorry, 2020. No, 2019. We're in 2021 now. My mistake. But you know what I mean. Okay. I never used to like snatches. I really like snatching now. Heavy. I love anything heavy, but I'm not that good at it anyways. And I really like bar and ring muscle ups.
Okay. How are those new lifters?
Sorry?
How are the new lifters?
I don't like
Those
lifters.
are the new ones, eh?
Yeah. I don't really like lifters. I like them for snatching,
Yeah.
but I hate cleaning them, so now I have to clean them.
Yeah.
I've only used them for like, I got them, and then I dislocated my elbow, and then I couldn't use them. But now I get to use them like every day.
I think it's one of those things like in the start it feels like a bit like foreign.
Yeah.
Like,
It feels like you can't move your feet.
yeah, but like as you kind of adapt to them,
Yeah, it gets better.
it gets better, and obviously like the stability that it will give you is like
Yeah. Like snatching them feels so nice.
yeah.
But then when you clean, I feel like I can't move my feet, but I'll get used to it.
Yeah, I think so.
They have the blue ones. We wanted to all get the blue ones so we can match,
Oh, yeah.
but
Didn't have them in stock or what?
no, they only had two. And then these ones came out, and I was like, well, I guess
Get those.
yes.
And what's it like with your mom and your dad? You guys trained with them? Or like,
Sometimes we'll sometimes do the add-ons. Like
Yeah.
we usually don't always train like with the whole team together every single day, just because like with coaching and stuff we have to train earlier. It's nice training when everyone's here, obviously, because then you get to push harder. But then I also have like Brady and Ashton pushing me, which is
yeah,
like
exactly. Do you coach your mom and your dad? What's that?
yeah.
Because it's like almost like flipping the table.
Yes. Well, it was first like we were a bit scared, but it was nice to know like when we first started coaching, it was so scary because we were like, oh, people aren't going to listen to us because we're so much younger than them, and like they're going to think that we don't know what we're doing. But then when we went into lockdown, we helped them anyway, so it was like just like normal.
Okay.
So now coaching them and stuff is like so chilled. Except if we call them mommy in class, people like tune us, but I'm like, oh, why must I call her Yell? I don't know. So now it's fine. It was awkward at the beginning, but now so chilled. You should do this with us.
This?
Yeah. Don't you want to lift some heavy weights?
No, there's going to be four. Cross like that. Getting out of it.
Oh, like I'm so lucky that I actually get to snatch heavy today. I'm so lucky that I actually get to do the workout instead of like being, oh, I really don't feel like doing it today.
Yeah.
It becomes more of like you get to do it, not like, oh, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like she wishes she could squat. But before it was like, oh, I can squat, so it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
until it gets taken away, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I can't do it anymore.
Oh, that's true, eh?
CrossFit Games. My dad
forced us to watch us. So there was first in Cape Town happening the year before,
2018, and we didn't go watch it.
And my dad was like, come watch it. I was like, no, I don't like it. I don't want to watch it. And then he forced us to watch the games, and I was like, please email. And then we went to our first class. Yeah, we started. So forced Brady to start. But then
and my mom had to do team classes with Brady to make her start. And then we started.
Yeah, so then from there, just like, we wanted to do more, and then we wanted to do like competition training and stuff like that. It like went very slow.
Yeah.
I don't know, I loved it. Like
it was honestly the workouts were like
very
difficult, but we loved it. So it was like I wanted to be here every day. We only came 3 times a week. Yeah, we always wanted to like learn. It's like we were like always trying to be able to do a
Like
we came trying to be able to learn new things. We came way more than 3 times a week.
Like at open gym, we would like sit on the rings and like try and do ring muscle up so we could do ring muscle up. So like type of stuff. Even though we weren't going to be able to, but like we still. Yeah.
I don't even remember because there was like a really bad video of Reegan
and we saw him passing us and we were like, oh, Chris is there. We didn't even know. I think he messaged my mom and asked if we wanted to do like weightlifting with him and Justin.
I literally don't even remember the first time
I remember being so scared to go and take the class.
We used to do the team's classes with Sasha. He is so intimidating.
I mean, now we like love him and like it's not scary being with him, but like before it was like, oh, I'm so scared. Like I want Justin to take me, but like now it's so chilled.
Now we want him to pictures all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Chris. I'm the CEO of Cape CrossFit, which has been around for a little bit more than 10 years. And I'm also the coach for the Finkels girls and for the rest of the competitive team that we have at Cape CrossFit. And yeah, this is our gym. The girls very quickly showed proficiency in the sense of that they had capacity to become very, very good at the stuff that we do in CrossFit as well. You could sense that they were enjoying it a lot and they started becoming almost too good for that environment because they were doing so much of it. They wanted to train more and more and more. And at some point we said, okay, cool, we're gonna set up a specific team's weightlifting session. So that was on top of their regular training. They were doing a couple of weightlifting sessions with me each week. And it was also very foundational, not really looking for lifting heavy weights essentially, but giving basic foundations of weightlifting. And once again, we realized that they had huge capacity. Like they're very receptive to feedback. They have a very humble way of approaching their training. So as much as they wanted then already get as good as possible, and they started looking at CrossFit as a sport that they could excel in eventually. And I'm sure there was big hopes and dreams at that point. They were very receptive to like, hey, we're gonna take it easy, we're gonna build you guys up slowly. And once again, it's almost like they progress quicker than you would expect, and you kind of almost, I wouldn't say that you want them to, but they were so quickly getting so good that we started taking them into the real competition training and started building them up in terms of volume and so on as well. So we're still waiting for a little bit more information to know exactly what happens at what time and so on as well. That will make it a little bit easier for us to define the goals, but I'm not concerned about this year. It's like I want them to feel that they did as good as they could, and I want them to not necessarily lead the body shit out of it. So I'm more interested in the lessons we'll learn this year. I know for sure that they will be a hell of a lot higher ranked than before, but I don't necessarily need to set exact targets for it. Listen, I mean, they're very strong-minded in the sense that they realized that this was what it was and they had to do the best of the situation, which was quite impressive, to be honest, for such young athletes as well. They were doing amazing. They were training so well, they were pushing themselves so hard that they were still continuing to excel throughout lockdown. Arguably, out of the athletes that I've been coaching, they probably had the most progressive period in those 5 months we weren't allowed to go back to the gym. But like, we were still in a decent environment to be able to train the way we did, so to speak. I honestly don't have any specific targets in terms of they must place within this number of athletes in our country or the world or whatever. Like I said, I want to see big steps. I want to see what I see in the gym, which is they have matured as athletes too. They've learned a lot about themselves. I want to see them being able to come in and execute, because in the long run that's going to be more important than anything else when they come up on bigger stages in terms of competition.
They are my biggest competitors and my biggest supporters at the same time.
Like, I'm not gonna be angry if she outlifts me for no reason. But if she's lifting heavier than me, I'm gonna try to chase her number.
It's like in a workout, if I go first or something, she'll judge me. Let's say I get a score, then I'll judge her and I'll go beat me.
It's just like, it's so nice
Like,
because it's not competitive. Like, I'm not gonna go home and not speak to her because she beat me. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, you beat me in the workout, so I'm not gonna speak to you. I'm gonna say, oh, you did very well. Next time I'm gonna try and beat you.
Yeah, but we really do support each other. Like when we are training together, if one of us is going and one of us hasn't gone yet, like we shout for each other, we scream for each other more than anyone else.
I don't want to see them fail.
Yeah, and before we go, we always go and meet you.
And what's it like training like under Chris? Like,
I love it.
I love him.
He is so funny. He makes so many dad jokes and no one else laughs at them. They're so funny.
Yeah, I love.
He is also,
we live up to Chris, so
he's
it's
like
nice when
a
he's
very
there.
big role model towards all of us. Obviously because like he's been to the games himself, he's coached people to the games. He's also just such a nice person.
He also just knows exactly what he's talking about. Like, I trust everything that he tells me.
And he knows us very well.
If he told me not to do something, I wouldn't do it.
We have a lot of trust in him.
and then what are your guys' expectations for the Open? Like
I'm very excited.
we know Chris's, so
I don't really have any like specific expectations. I just want to, like when I go in, I just want to know that I'm pushing as hard as I can. Like, of course, like I want to do the best that I can. Whatever my score is, like it is. As long as I know, like afterwards, I want to know, okay, my score is what it is. That I pushed as hard as I could. Like I don't really have, like, especially because the Open's changed now. Like no one really knows what's going on. Like we don't have that much information. So as long as whatever the workout is, you go as hard as you can. If we redo, we push ourselves. Literally, like to make sure, like I don't want to leave being like I could have done better. I want to make sure that when I do that push as hard as I can, then I'll be happy with whatever I get.
And I'm still in the teen group, they're in the adult division, so if I can like compete or like double unders and stuff, if I'm allowed to with minimum pain, then I'd like to do that. I want to come top 200 in the world. If it's still working that way, I have no idea. Because then that I get to the Asian qualifiers, which are only in May, which gives me more time to fix my knees. And then if I do that, it's not like I'm going to go to the games this year. It's just I want to base it on what I came last year and be like, oh, look how much you've improved, or this is what you still need to improve.
I don't want it to be too much about the leaderboard right now, just because it's like, I'm not trying to win, I'm not trying to go to the games this year, so it's more just like, okay, I want to see the workout, I want to know that I can do it, and I'll like not believe in myself, and see where I get and be happy with that for now.
Yeah, well, the past 2 opens, we've only done 2 before. We've always looked at a workout and been like, oh, we can't do that because we can't do the weights, or I can't do the strict hands and push-ups. And
now it's like we can do everything. It's like
Hopefully they don't just
hopefully they don't say, oh, Jen,
crossover skips,
Yeah.
triple unders.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? It could be anything.
Yeah, I mean, Dave's always got a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously the Open's changed.
Yeah.
Used to be 5 workouts.
Could
Or
still
5
be.
weeks. Yeah. So let's say it used to be 5 weeks, it's now 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on
I
it?
hate it. I liked how it was before.
Yeah.
It's nice because there's so many, like, there's this, then it's the semi-finals, there's the quarterfinals, like there's so many
No,
different
but I
things.
like that it was like, oh, 5 weeks is like a long
Yeah.
time.
Well, now it's gonna be like 10
I
weeks.
suppose you could always have,
But it's sad
like,
when
if
it
you
ends.
did, you maybe didn't do the best in one of the workouts, you still had another 4 that you could
Yeah.
pull your score up.
I
Now
don't know
you've
how
got-
he'd be able to, like, I mean, he
And it's-
definitely can.
It's just sad that it's only 3 weeks. It's like after
Yeah.
3 weeks it's
It's
done.
not gonna
What
be
can you
done.
test in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys, I mean, do you guys think that there's going to be, do you think the workout's going to be structured like with different parts to them? Or do
I
you
think there'll be a
I
part
think so.
entry.
Like I definitely think it's gonna be one on max snatch.
It's gonna be like a cardio something, and then like a rest 1 minute.
Like
water max.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just said do 7 minutes of burpees and then a one on max snatch.
You'll
Yeah.
find
They
the
still
fittest and
gonna get
strongest.
this.
You'll
Yes.
still find the strongest.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We'll have to wait.
And then during lockdown, I mean, it obviously presented like a different set of challenges.
Yeah. We were
Very lucky.
Yeah.
Very
Because
lucky that
Chris
Chris
leased
leased out the
equipment.
equipment.
Yeah, honestly, like if Chris didn't lease the equipment out, like I don't know what. Like I mean, obviously we would have done what we could have done.
You have to do what you have to
but,
do.
Yeah.
Like thank goodness he did lease out the equipment, and like a lot of
Very
people
lucky.
got the opportunity to have
Well, I mean,
equipment.
I think that's where our training kind of switched. Like,
Yes.
I look at videos before lockdown, I'm like, oh, you weren't that good.
Yeah.
Not that good. I'm just saying, like, I wasn't where I was. And then, even though I wasn't doing, like, I wasn't lifting heavy or anything because of my shoulder in lockdown, when I came out of it, I felt like I was a completely
yeah,
different
but
athlete.
we all like as we came into lockdown, we all said to each other,
have
this is
to,
our time to like
get
get
better.
better. So I was like every day, because I could barely do strict hands with each other. Like,
Yeah,
every
it's like,
single
this is
day.
a perfect opportunity that you're getting.
Every
like,
day I did by myself.
you
so I was
get
so
to
bad
practice
at it.
everything, and like you don't need to worry about it. Like if your shoulder's sore, it doesn't matter because everyone's in lockdown. Like if you're Brady bad at handstand push-ups, make sure that
Now you
after
work on
this
them.
you're the best at handstand push-ups. Like it was such an amazing opportunity to get that time and work on everything.
And we still had programming every single day. It was programmed for us.
And I think that also, like, especially because of lockdown, like, people didn't have, like, pull-up bars and stuff, so, like, his programming for lockdown, I think, was, like,
It was
amazing.
Also,
Like,
what made a huge difference was there were some people that obviously trained by themselves. Every morning, there was 5 of us that woke up, got our equipment outside, got our dogs outside, played our music, and did it all together.
It was
So
like the whole day
Yeah.
training. I loved lockdown.
yeah, but it was fun to come back to the gym, be able to train
See
with
people.
everyone again, and,
Drop
like,
the
go
bar.
and be with the community because we have probably the best community here.
We're the best people here. We really do.